welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Morphe Fluidity foundation. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. I was editing the footage of the beginning of the video, and for some reason I ended up deleting the beginning portion of this video. So it is currently day 6 of me trying out the Morphe foundation. I will not be telling you guys any spoilers in the beginning of this video, but I do want to show you the 3 different shades that I did purchase and what shade I ended up using throughout the entire week. As you guys had noticed in the beginning of the video, I did purchase the foundation in 3 different shades. I purchased it in the shade F350, F360, and F370. Here's another closer look of what the packaging does look like. You do have the shade name here at the top. It says Morphe Fluidity Foundation. Then you do have the shade name here at the top. And then on the back of the foundation, Fluidity, 24-hour long wear, sweat-proof, transfer resistant, water resistant, free of oils, fragrance, and parabens, great for all skin types. If you guys are interested in the ingredients of this foundation, they are printed right here on the side of the packaging. I also do want to show you guys what the 3 different shades do look like out of the bottle. Here we have the shade in F350, F360 is this shade here, and then we have the shade F370. I know in the packaging they all look very similar. Definitely go in store to Ulta. I purchased mine at Ulta. These do retail for $18. I got mine online at Ulta.com because at my local Ulta they did not carry the foundation yet, but I'm pretty sure by now they should be in stores. If you guys don't have a Morphe store near you guys, I know I don't have a Morphe store anywhere near me, so I had to purchase mine online. So here's 3 different shades. Here's the first shade in F350. It did come with a safety seal on the bottom, but I already removed that. I already tried out this foundation with you guys the first time, so here's my second time around. So again, here we have the shade in F350. I really do like the texture of this foundation. It is very thick. A little bit does go a long way with this foundation, and it is pretty full coverage. That's something that I really do enjoy about this foundation. F350 is neutral. This is tan with a neutral undertone. I did also pick up the concealer. This retails for $9, and this is in the shade C3.55. This is a soft matte concealer. Packaging looks like you do have Morphe here. It does have the shade name at the top. And then on the side here, you do have the ingredients printed, and then it tells you a little bit of what the concealer does. I purchased this shade because online it did state this was tan with golden undertone. Of course, when you open up the packaging, here's what the concealer shade does look like, and I'm going to be swatching this as well. Let's get back to the foundations, and then I'll show you guys what the concealer looks like. So the next shade we have here is called F360. So again, we have F350 here. Here we have F360. F360 is warm tan with golden undertone. And here we have the shade in F370. Here's what that looks like. So these swatches are almost dry, and then after these dry down, I am going to be doing a fresh swatch so I can show you guys what they look like when you first apply it and then when it dries down and what it looks like. Let me just apply the concealer as well, just to show you guys what the concealer shade looks like. So here's all 4 of the Morphe products. We have 3 of the foundations here and the concealer shade. We're going to get back to the foundation. I have already primed and moisturized my face. For moisturizer, I already used my Drunk Elephant B-Hydra moisturizer. And for primer today, I'm using my Too Faced Hangover primer. Since this foundation does claim to be a matte foundation, I do want to use a hydrating primer just so my face doesn't dry and crack throughout the entire night. I already applied this primer all over my face. Now I'm going to show you what all 3 swatches do look like applied on my face. The first shade we are going to be swatching on my face is the shade F3.50, and I'm going to apply it right here. Here's F350. You guys can see that is too light for me. This one is neutral tan with a neutral undertone. The next shade we're going to be swatching is the shade F3.60. I'm going to take a little bit of F3.60 and apply that right here. This one is a little bit too golden for me. This one is warm tan with a golden undertone. So this shade won't work for me either. The last shade we are going to be applying on my face is F3.70. We're going to apply it right here. So here's what all 3 swatches do look like applied to my face. I think we are going to be using the shade in F3.70. I'm just going to be removing these swatches. I'm going to be adding a little bit more primer to my skin. Now that we've already primed our face, let's apply the foundation in the shade F3.70. To apply this foundation, I'm going to be using two different tools, one side using a brush and the other side using a damp beauty blender. So I'm just going to be taking a little bit of the foundation on the brush and we're just going to stipple it in on this side of my face. You guys can see how there's already so much coverage just from that one pump of foundation. Here's what the foundation does look like using a brush, and here's what my skin looks like with no foundation. So this shade in F3.70 is not the perfect match for me. Out of the three shades that I did purchase, I definitely think the shade in F3.70 would work out for me. On this side of my face, I'm going to be using my damp beauty blender. I'm just going to be applying the same amount, so just one drop of the foundation. We're going to be blending it out on this side of my face. Again, I really do love the coverage of this foundation. It really does cover well. You don't need a lot of product. So here's what the foundation looks like applied with a damp beauty blender. You guys be the judge and let me know in the comments down below which side you guys like better. Personally, I do like both sides, but we are going to be traveling back into time where I did test out this foundation for the very first time, so you guys can see my final thoughts then throughout that one day of wear test. So far so good. Here's what the foundation looks like. So I'm just going to be applying the concealer. So here's the concealer. I'm going to apply it on both sides. And since we use a brush on this side, I'm going to be blending this out with a brush as well. And these are the exact same steps that I used when first testing out this foundation after I deleted the footage, which is so sad. It was totally by accident. I'm pretty sure if you guys are a YouTuber out there and you guys are watching this, that's probably happened to you. But this was the first time it happened to me. Here's what the concealer looks like. I'm going to be blending out the concealer using a damp beauty blender on this side. I do like the brightening effect that this concealer does have. Here's what the concealer looks like. Before I show you guys how the foundation does perform, I do want to show you guys here that the swatches did end up drying down. So now we're going to do a fresh swatch. So here we have the shade in F3.50. Can you guys see that? Here's a freshly swatch of it. And here's how it dried down. Here's F360. Swatch, dried down. Hopefully you guys can see it. You know, the angle isn't that great. And then of course I'm going to swatch the shade in F370. So let's do that. And here we have the shade in F370 right here. And then of course I'm going to be swatching the concealer for you guys. Here's a freshly applied swatch of the concealer. So here's what all the foundations do look like when you first apply it and when it does dry down. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night to see how this foundation does perform. So we're going to travel back in time to when I first applied this foundation. I'm going to insert the clip right now. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night of me testing out the Morphe Fluidity foundation. I do like how the foundation did wear throughout the day. I am a bit oily because I have not blotted throughout the entire day using this foundation. I really do love how this foundation did wear throughout the entire day. I did notice that this foundation did sink right here into my smile line, like only on this side, but not so much on this side. The only downside of the foundation is the shade. I think this is too light of a shade for my skin complexion, even though the foundation did oxidize throughout the day. Touching my face, it did not transfer anywhere. The foundation is starting to transfer a little bit now. Going back to how we applied the foundation earlier, I do like the beauty blender side better as the day did progress versus the brush side. You can definitely see some separation going on here, and I'm not sure why. Whereas the beauty blender side, it looks very natural. Besides my oils peeking through, that's just me being oily throughout the day. I'm gonna blot one side of my face to see how the foundation does look. I'm gonna blot on my right side just to see how much foundation does come off. So here's what the foundation looks like when we do blot throughout the day. And here's what it looks like when we don't, when we're extremely oily. I really do like this foundation. After I did blot, a lot of the foundation is still on my face, and there is some on the tissue as well. So I'm actually super impressed by this foundation. So far, so good after this one-day test. I will be testing the Morphe foundation throughout the entire week. I'm going to be trying out this foundation with setting powder. I'm going to be trying blush, bronzer, highlighter on top of this foundation to see what it looks like, to see if there's any separation going on. But so far so good, you guys. I am loving this foundation. The foundation I really do love, you guys. The concealer, not so much. I did notice that underneath my eyes, the concealer is starting to crack, and I am starting to crease underneath my eyes. The concealer, it's not worth the $9, but the foundation, it's definitely worth the $18 in my opinion. Well, this is just day one. Let's just see at the end of the week to see what my final thoughts are. And of course, I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the week of me testing out the Morphe Fluidity foundation. My final thoughts on this foundation: I don't like this foundation at all. This foundation broke me out. You guys can see right here, I'm not sure if you guys can see, or I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up, but right here I do have a semi breakout. It's currently healing because I did use my Origin Super Spot Remover treatment last night, so it should be going down. But this entire week I've been having pimple after pimple after pimple, you guys, and it's been so bad, and it's been those painful pimples that just come up, and it's just super painful. I think those pimples are caused by this foundation. I have not changed anything in my skincare routine. I have tried this foundation with a matte primer. I do like it more with my Too Faced Hangover primer, way better than any of my matte primers, because I do feel a little bit more drying throughout the day, which is really weird because I'm oily. I'm an oil slick by the end of the night, as you guys did see in day one. But because this foundation broke me out, I would not recommend this foundation to you guys. So if you are oily and if you want to try it, go ahead and try it. Please let me know in the comments down below if it did break you out. So now we're going to talk about this Morphe concealer. This concealer, you guys, I did not like at all. I'm currently wearing the concealer as well, and it is creasing right underneath my eyes. I'm going to go up a little bit closer so you guys can see. It has already creased. I've already been wearing this foundation for about an hour. I was not expecting the concealer to crease, and it just creased on me throughout the week. So this is a no, and the Morphe foundation is a no for me as well. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.